Las Vegas. Good morning. Good morning to all our Facebook friends here in Las Vegas and everybody else, they're listening to. This is Alfredo Rosales with Source Realty, and like always, my partner in crime, Yesenia. How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm good. It's Tuesday. It's
last day of the month.
Last day of the month. I've survived a week
in fatherhood.
In fatherhood, so that's good. In the new baby type fatherhood.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was thinking about it and saying how long does it take for her to grow? and I'm like, I just want the time to go by so fast,
I know. And you know what? Right now you see it like that because she's a newborn.
Yeah.
And of course, me personally, of course, I have 4 kids. The first 2 months are kind of crucial. The first 2 months are kind of like, it's new. You're worried. Yeah. They're so small. You feel like anything that you could do could probably hurt them. So yeah, the first 2 months it's kind of like, I think, the hardest part.
You just stare at
for
them.
me.
Yeah, they're sleeping. You're staring at them.
But they grow so quickly. They grow super, super quickly. I mean, I remember like it was just yesterday that I had my last kid. My son, he's 5 years old now. Yeah, of course, April Fool's, that's when he was born, April 1st. But he's 5, and time goes by very, very, very quickly. And each day, the only thing that I could say to everybody out there is when you do have kids, take advantage of them because they grow so quickly. Later on, you want them to be your babies again, and that's not going to happen. You can't take that back. But it's lovely.
I wonder how Kevin took that joke.
The
April Fool's joke.
Right? I know, it was funny. We were calling, our family, friends and family, letting them know that we had, he was born and they thought we were playing around.
Yeah,
because my due date was April 6th, so.
And you probably made that joke several times. So we're here live. If you have any questions, let us know. We'll be more than happy to help you up to date in real estate. If you have any questions, I'll give you our office numbers just so you can have it and you can call us after 8:30. Because we're here till 8:30.
But we do have our team there ready to answer any questions and answer the phone call anytime, after 8 o'clock, which it's already that time.
Yeah.
So my office line is 702-310-6396. And we are here to answer any real estate questions that you guys might have, any lending questions that you guys might have, any doubts. And I do believe that us doing this show is actually helping out a couple of our colleagues out there, because I have had a couple of people that have called me asking me questions.
That's good.
So it is very important. I always say that, even though we don't work in the same company, we work in the same field, and we're at the end of the day, we should be partners, and we should be here to help each other out.
Yes, and that's what we're doing, and we want to make sure everybody has the right information out there for real estate. There's a lot of information to go around, but let's talk about what we titled our video today, which was 5 reasons to sell my home.
Yeah.
I mean, is it a good time or is it not a good time to sell my home? And hopefully you agree with this. If you don't, that's fine. I'm sure somebody else will.
Let's agree to disagree.
Yeah, let's agree to disagree and move on. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
So, first point. I think we talked about this in Spanish already.
Yes, we did.
But if you want to come up with the first point, do you remember what it was?
Of course.
Okay.
Pretty much the question that you had was,
So,
is it a
first
good time?
reason.
Is it a good time to sell at this moment? And the first reason is you're not going to be the only one
if
selling a
you wait.
property out there if you keep waiting. Summertime is just around the corner.
Yes.
Kids have about
Bikinis.
4.
I mean, real estate.
Hey, I think Joy is here
My wife,
listening
yeah, she's
every single time.
I'll say hi to my
But yeah, summer's just around the corner. Kids have probably 4.5 weeks left of school, and that is when a lot of people take advantage of making the move. I actually have a lot of clients right now that I'm qualifying from California that are waiting for this time frame. I'm already qualifying them now because once school's over, they want to relocate to Las Vegas. So if you keep on waiting, you are going to be selling the property out there with 1,001 people that are also trying to sell the property because they want the kids to start the new school year in a different area. A lot of people do make the move.
They do.
Thinking about the school that the kids are zoned for. So it is very important to take advantage. If you do want to sell, get ahead of the game, start now, because if you do wait, another month or so, you're going to be out there battling with everybody
And
else.
most of the times when they go from middle school to high school, they decide to make the move. So we do have a lot of people from California, from out of state, they're moving to Vegas and they're making that, relocation. But if you decide to sell now, you probably won't have all the competition, you know, in the long run. So what's going to happen is that if you list, you know, 3 other people in the same block will list, or 5, 10 people in the same community will list. Therefore, you're going to have to reduce your price in order to be able to sell your property, because now you're competitive, right?
Yeah.
So you have to compete. So, you know, we do have a lot of buyers from California, from out of state.
Yes.
Have some buyers from Texas. They're moving here.
Yes.
So
Texas, Alaska. Yeah.
Yes, so
I actually have a client that is actually relocating right now. They're retiring and they are moving here from Alaska. So yes, it is very important
So
to take
everybody,
advantage.
everybody that's taking a look, you know, that's tuning in Facebook, Sarah. Hey, Sarah. Hopefully you guys are good in California. Hopefully you guys move soon. Benjamin, Blanca, Karim, saludos para ti.
Vanessa.
Aaron, Vanessa, saludos. You know, hi to you guys.
He said, no,
Always makes it
and it is very important. Yes, if you keep on waiting, you are going to be out there battling with everybody else to try to sell the property. A lot of people do relocate and actually move areas during this time frame.
Yes.
And actually, you did say when kids are starting high school, but I know you are new at in this fatherhood world, but it is actually, and I've noticed it a lot more. Once a kid is ready to start middle school, is when a lot of people start paying attention to the ratings of the schools that the kids are zoned for to start middle school. So it's as early as middle school. And a lot of people do take advantage of it. Myself, I have a lot of friends that are at this moment calling me because they want to get qualified to be able to relocate because the kids are about to start middle school.
Yeah, so if you're thinking of selling, maybe it's a good time to start now.
Yes.
Now, depending on the situation and what you want to do, I mean, the second reason, or the reason number 2, is your profit.
Yes.
You're still going to be able to make a lot of profit. Obviously, it depends when you bought the property, but because of the market and the way it's going, you're still going to be able to profit enough to maybe purchase your next home, right?
I mean, if you purchased before, I believe 2011, you're still gonna be in a great position to have a great a big chunk of equity in your property that you can reinvest into purchasing another primary residence, or B, purchasing another primary residence and an investment property, or C,
or just travel.
Yeah,
or do whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do. But I have a lot of clients that actually take advantage of the equity in their home to be able to pay off any credit card debt that they have, car loans, whatever they might have, simply because the interest rates on these credit cards are outrageous. And a lot of people that I work with, that's what you see a lot, Alfredo, that they have a lot of credit card debt and they never pay it off. They're sending this minimum monthly payment to this credit card, and it doesn't go down. So I actually have a client right now. First of all, I want to say congratulations. They are expecting their first child. Yes, they are very, very motivated and very happy. They just closed on the sale of their home. They're closing today on the sale of their home. And they're using the equity of that property to pay off 2 car loans, pay off all their credit cards, and they're still coming in with the 20% down to purchase their new property and keeping some money in their bank to be able to furnish the new home.
Now, some people, there's different ways that you can do it. You can always get the equity and apply the whole amount to a newer property, maybe to do an upgrade.
And keep a lower payment.
And keep a lower payment, right? 2, you can do a 10, 25% down, depending on your situation. Pay all your debt maybe with the rest and only have your home payment.
Yes.
Or, buy one property, buy a second property. I mean, depending what the situation is, and that's what we're here for. We're here to make sure that we use your, how can I say it? That we use your proceeds on this, sell the property, in this scenario for the best of his use.
Yes. Not only that, but you know what I'm seeing a lot more, and it's making me happier.
Okay.
And I'm actually trying to apply that myself, is I see more and more people trying to spend more time with their kids, meaning instead of spending more money and buying their kids material stuff, like the new Xbox, the new iPad, whatever's coming out, I see more and more people actually investing in vacation homes. And we see a lot of people buying properties right now in Utah, which my office, of course, does loans in California, here in Nevada, and in Utah. We have a couple of clients buying cabins up in Utah to be able to spend more time with their kids. in the outdoors, actually spending time with your kids. Unfortunately, in today's time,
Technology
you see,
time.
yes, you see more. Most of the kids are involved with technology.
Yes.
Very few kids do sports. Very few kids communicate with their siblings, and very few kids barely even come out of their room.
I know, and we have to
So-
look for that. So
Yes.
now, so let's talk about point number 3. Now, there is a very high demand for properties below 300,000.
Yes.
I mean, set alone 200,000 and below, that's, off the
Yeah.
rigs, but
Yeah.
anything below 300,000, there's a big demand. Therefore, if you do decide to sell your property, that is a good time to sell.
Yes.
Because it should be selling quick.
Yep.
Obviously, it depends on the price that you put, on the property. You got to be reasonable. It should sell pretty quick, and that's
Yeah.
good news for you because the quicker it sells, more profit for you.
Yeah.
Therefore, you can apply that to the next
Exactly.
plan, whatever that is, right?
Well, and that's very important. You just said a very, very, very key point there is to make sure that you do have a one-on-one appointment with your agent so that you guys can both come up with a strategy and you can learn about the market. There's a lot of people that have properties out in the market right now that are still overpriced, and they're in the market for a long, long time.
I know.
So it's very important to make sure that your realtor does his homework and is able to coach you, and of course to show you with the market why they believe that you should list a property at a certain price.
Yeah, so and that's always when we look at a property, we want to make sure that the property is going to price, that the property is going to sell right away, so we can meet your expectations.
Yes.
We don't want to list your property like we're not going to overpromise. Okay.
Yes.
We want to make sure we give you the right information. You're going to see exactly how much you're going to make, or roundabouts, or what you're going to make.
I mean, we have a couple of clients that had their property listed elsewhere, and it wasn't selling, and you took over a couple of those listings, and there's just a couple little details, a couple of little problems that come up. The properties don't sell. A, the sales price of
The
what it's
sales price,
listed at. B, it's how the property is listed. A lot of times, the common is to put cash conventional on the listings.
It is.
And if you do not include FHA when the property is eligible for FHA or VA financing, you knock out a
You lose
big
a percentage,
potential of
yeah.
clients that could purchase that property.
Exactly, and then you have to also have the property accessible. I mean,
Exactly.
that's a key point. If the property is not accessible, trust me, there's other properties they're going to go see first.
Yeah.
And by the time they get to yours, they're probably already made up their mind,
Decision.
and they decided to go for another one. So,
Yeah.
those are things that we want to make sure our clients know when we meet and we sit down and we see what the plan is. We pan it out and then we execute. So
Yeah.
that's that. So 300,000 below, there's a big demand. Therefore, you're in a good position
To sell,
Now-
sell.
Yeah, sell. Now, what about loans? That's a point number 4.
Yes.
Loans are still very, very accessible.
Yes.
There's a lot of programs for down payment assistance. Therefore, there's buyers with money.
Exactly.
right?
Now, the only thing that has changed, I do have to say, is that, and I can't think of any, but if I'm not mistaken, all the down payment assistance programs now require you not to own any other property at the time of purchase.
Correct.
Some of them require for you to be a first-time home buyer as well. So it's very important that you know what down payment assistance program you're qualifying for. We still have the Home is Possible. We have the new Home is Possible bond loan. We have the culinary, and we have the Wish program, and we also have the Shanoa funds. But it is very important for you to know what program you are applying for. FHA, conventional, VA, they all have their perks. But it's very important for you to know which program is better for you. A lot of clients come and say, "Oh, well, I want the first-time home buyer FHA loan." Well, there is no such thing as a first-time home buyer FHA loan. I mean, that is an old, people just
Perception of the loan.
assume. People
Yeah.
just assume that because it was an FHA loan.
There's a benefit.
At that time, it was a long time ago. That was the program that had the lowest down payment
Right.
requirement. So yes, I see where the confusion can be. But we just closed a loan for a client that owned 5 or 6 properties and just purchased with an FHA loan.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very important for you to know, why do you want FHA? Don't just come in and say I want FHA without knowing the benefits of getting an FHA loan
Or a conventional.
We do have the conventional loan that does require 3% down. Of course, you have to qualify for that program, but it's a hit and miss which program is going to be better for everybody. You can't. a lot of people come in, well, I want FHA. And I'm like, wait, why do you want FHA? Well, because it's the first time home buyer program. And
It is.
what we do at our office, our fellows, we sit down and we write down, okay, this is what FHA does for you. This is what conventional does for you.
And give them options.
Yes.
Yeah, make them
correct,
decide. I mean,
correct.
we give them the numbers, you know,
Correct.
you give them the numbers and let them decide what they think is best for them.
Exactly.
Obviously, we always, you know, give our opinion, our professional opinion, but is ultimately their decision.
Yeah.
If they want to go FHA, they want to go FHA.
Of course. And sometimes, you know, we still have the waiting periods. Those waiting periods haven't changed. There's people that cannot buy with the conventional loan. They have to buy FHA because they had a bankruptcy, a foreclosure, or a short sale, whatever it is. So it is very important to know the facts of the FHA versus the conventional versus the VA to see which one benefits you most.
Right, so that was point number 4. Obviously, loans are very accessible. You got FHA, conventional loans, VA loans that, you know, hardly is talked about. But VA loans, I think is one of the best programs that are out there for our veterans, of course.
It is.
I mean, no MI, you know, is just amazing, and it's something that they have to consider.
It is a great program. VA is a great loan. You said 0% down
veterans.
for veterans, 0% down, no MI. They could also use the Home is Possible program, which is a Hope for Heroes. But at the same time, VA is a loan that you're never going to get rid of if you foreclose on that property.
I know.
So it is very important that you do know all the key factors for the loan that you are applying for.
Yeah, so always, of course, talk to the expert, and I'm sure that you will get all the information that you need. Now, so loans are very accessible. That was number 4. So number 1, you know, you're not going to be the only one. There's going to be a lot of properties for sale coming up in the next month, so you want to sell quick. 2, you can still make a good profit. So that's a good point. I mean, that's more money for you as a seller in order to do whatever plan you have after that. 3, homes under 300,000 are very, very in demand. So you're going to have a buyer. That's for sure.
Yes.
4, loans are very accessible. So that's what we just talked about. And number 5, millennials.
Yes.
Millennials are saturating the market.
Yes.
Okay, so it is expected, according to an article I was reading, the 5 million millennials will turn 30 this year.
Yes.
Which is the average purchase age
Yes.
for millennials. So what does that mean? That means that you got 5 million potential buyers coming on the market.
Exactly. And some of them are already sellers.
I know. So that is, and it goes back to point number 2, point number 4,
Yes.
point number 3,
Yes.
that all these people, they're going to get a good loan. All these people are going to be buying probably below 300,000,
Yes.
and you're going to make a lot of money on this if you're a seller.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
because you're going to sell probably at a higher point, and you know, go on and purchase your next property or your
Exactly.
next, you know, planned activity, whatever
your
that
next
is.
your next venture.
Yeah.
Yes, it is very important to know. And a lot of clients always ask us, is it a good time to buy? Why should I buy if there's, you know, there's a lot of talk out there that the market's going to crash, that, you know, that the homes are going to go down next year or 2021. I wish we all had a crystal ball that we
I
could
know.
predict what's going to happen with the market. Unfortunately, we don't. We have to work based on, of course, facts, based on what the market's doing, and based on the experience that we have. And both of us have been in this industry for a long, long time. So it is a great time to buy. First of all, if you don't own a home, it's a great time to buy.
Yeah, anytime.
Anytime that you're not a homeowner, that you don't own your primary residence, or let me say that you don't own your primary residence, because we do have clients that own homes, but they're in different states.
Yeah.
So it is always a very good time to purchase if you do not own a home. Stop paying someone else's mortgage. You continue to make that monthly rent that you have to pay no matter where you live. We have people paying anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500-$1,600. I mean, we just the other day we closed on a client that their rent was $1,850. And they purchased a property, and now their mortgage payment is lower.
Oh, it is.
I actually have a client right now buying a small little condo that he rents. The owner of this property is in Germany. He lives in Germany. He owns the property here. The client's been renting, I think, for $950 a month. He is now buying the property, and it's a small little condo, and his payment is going to be about $700. So he's taking advantage of it. He's taking advantage that the owner decided to sell the property. So it is always very important to take the time, ask questions, see a professional, have us coach you, have us come up with a strategy to be able to help you, because anytime that you do not own a property, it's a great time to buy.
It is a great time to buy if you don't own a property. You know, regardless of the market, is your property. And the money that you put into it, you're going to see that come up again.
Exactly.
So if the market goes down and you put money into your principal goes down with the market,
Yeah.
right? And then when the market goes up, it starts going up. You still putting money into your principal.
So it's
therefore,
still-
you're doubling
Yes.
your gains on that,
Exactly.
right?
Well, not only that, but a lot of clients say, well, if the market crashes, then why would I buy an investment property right now? At the end of the day, guess what? If the market crashes, there's a lot more people that are going to be losing their homes that need to go rent. And what does that cause? That causes the rents to even continue to increase. So you're still going to keep receiving the same amount of rent. That's still going to cover your mortgage payment. And in the long run, your property is still going to be building equity that is only going to come to you. When you're renting, what are you going to have? Nothing. You're never going to own the home, and you're never going to have that equity to be able to profit in the future.
Exactly. So, yeah, if you do have an investment, and a lot of people from California that listen to us, as I can see the names here, it's easy to buy a property or a second home.
Yes.
You know, if you live in California, I know that Elvia and Riverside, per se.
Yes.
If you live in Riverside, you can buy your second home here, an investment. Even, because you come here a lot, you're in the casinos a lot, or just visiting friends and family.
Yeah.
Why not have your own place?
Exactly.
Now with the new regulations with Airbnb, you can always try to submit, for a permit.
Of course.
So you can have it rented.
When you're not here.
When you're not here. So, that's also an option.
Yes.
So there's a lot of things that you can do. And you only require 10% down.
10% down for a vacation property.
As a vacation property. So
Yeah, and of course, we do have a lot of clients relocating that are buying primary residence. You do not have to physically be living here in Las Vegas to buy a primary residence at the moment. If you are being relocated, having a job transfer, you can apply now and then buy the property and then have your job transfer you over here so that you could come into a home instead of having to rent.
Yeah, so there's a lot of options. There's a lot of things that we can go through. But, the major points today was why sell now?
Exactly.
Right? And like we said, one, because you want to avoid the oversaturated market of sellers
Yes.
in having to reduce in order to sell your property.
Yes.
Two, you can still make a good profit on the sell because the median price has gone up. So therefore, depending on when you bought the property, you could make a lot of money on that. Three, homes 300,000 and below are on high demand.
Yes.
So it should sell pretty quick if you're in that price point. And loans are very accessible, right? As we talk to our lender here present, loans are very accessible. There's a lot of down payment assistance programs still available.
Yes.
So people are actually buying,
Yes.
And five, millennials.
Yes. They're out in the market, going crazy, buying properties, selling properties. So it is very important. There's so many key points here that we just spoke about, and why sell at this moment. Take advantage of the market. A lot of people unfortunately wait until the opportunities have gone and have passed them and kind of kick themselves and say, man, why didn't I take advantage of it?
Yes.
It is very important to know your options. Of course, being a landlord, investing in real estate is not for everybody. Not everybody can manage it
Can deal
or
with
wants to
tenants.
deal with it. Exactly. So it is very important to, have all your facts, come up with a strategy. The consultations are completely free, Alfredo. You always talk to clients, build a strategy to help them. Is it time to buy? Is it time to sell? What should I do?
So give us your number.
Of course, my direct office line is 702-310-6396. Again, 702-310-6396.
Or you can call my office at 702-337-3096, 702-337-3096, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. Now, a lot of people, the other day I got a question about, well, I'm not working right now. I am, retired. Does that count?
It does.
Time. I want to say hi to my wife. She showed up on Facebook.
Oh my God.
All right,
She's
go
busy with the baby now. Time. You meant time out?
Time out.
No, it is. Like I said, right now I have a client from Alaska. They are retiring. They're relocating to Las Vegas. They're receiving Social Security and they have a pension from their employment. So yes, we can use that as valid income to be able to qualify them to purchase a property here. We also have clients that have a lot of money saved up in their bank account, in a trust account, and they're able to set that account up where they get a withdrawal
Monthly.
every single month for $5,000 or $6,000, whatever it is, and we could also use that as income. So there's so many different ways for people that don't work. There's people that just have investment properties. As long as they report them on their tax returns and they have a positive income flow coming in, we could use that as income as well.
Do not auto disqualify yourself.
Exactly.
Do
That's
not-
a mistake that a lot of
Yes.
people make.
You want to check with somebody and say, hey, I'm thinking of this.
Yes.
Is it doable? Is it
Yes.
not?
Yes.
We want to make sure that you have that information because if you keep it thinking in your mind, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't have enough income.
And not only the income, but a lot of clients believe that because their credit score is low, they won't even take the opportunity to see exactly where they stand. In our office, we do pull the client's credit report. We do provide the client with a copy of their credit report, and we do coach them with what they have to do. I know that there are a lot of credit repair companies out there, and I'm sure some of them are great. Me personally, what I could say, the experience that my clients have had haven't been very good experiences. So I actually do tell a lot of my clients, look, and I could talk about my office directly. I don't know if everybody has the same capability or not, but one of the features that we have through the credit system that we use, Alfredo, it's a system that lets you play with the client's credit, and you could play around.
the scenario.
Yeah, it gives you scenarios like, okay, if you pay this down, or if you get rid of this, or do this, it'll actually tell you the potential of what your credit score could be. So it is very important to make an appointment. Again, we could coach you as far as looking at your income. We could coach you with your credit. If you have a waiting period and you're not sure what it is, just the other day, this lady was living a year behind, thinking that she had foreclosed a year behind, and I'm like, nope, your time's not up yet. So
Yeah.
just give us a call. Again, my direct office line is 702-310-6396.
Or 702-337-3096. So our time is up.
Of course, yes, just like always, it comes to an end.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to
So
us.
sad.
Again, my name is Yesenia Alfaro, and I'm with Residential Mortgage Services.
Hey, my name is Alfredo Rosales with Source Realty, and we hope to listen to you or, see from you next Thursday, right?
Thursday
at 8 o'clock. Correct. So see you guys. Have a good day.